Okay, so end of market review for April the 19th, 2023. So we've gotten to an interesting point, right? Very, very interesting point. This is today marks the day that, finished the forward testing exercise, right? So I executed the 20th trade today, and that means we've completed a series of trades, sorry. I've completed a series of trades, right? Because I base my performance by a series of trades, not by individual trades, right? Not by trade basis. I don't say, oh, I won today, I won yes, I lost. No, that's not how I base it, right? Even though yes, we can have losing days and winning days, I group my trades into 20s, right? So for every 20 trades, that's how I make my conclusion. So today I took the last trade for the first group of 20, right? So I've executed 20 trades. So, you know, now it's time for the conclusion, right? Now I can conclude and say I have made money, right? All trades were executed on a demo account, right? But the performance, if the performance can be replicated on a live account, that's a win. I did not say the results. Mind you, I didn't say the results. I said if the performance, the exact same processes I had, this exact processes I had, right? If I can replicate the same rules, if I can follow my trading plan the same way on a live account, funded account, whatever it's going to be, that is a win, right? That will be a win. Do you understand me? And it's very important or very vital to understand trading from that perspective. Trading is a game of discipline, right? Trading is a game of discipline. Trading is a game of discipline. Let me just put it that way. So, after executing 20 trades, right, I was able to come out with 11 wins and 9 losses, which is the same result. Now, I don't know if this is a coincidence, right? But that's exactly the same result as my back testing, right? So when I back tested the strategy, I had 11 wins and 9 losses, and that's a 55% strike rate, a 55% win rate. So that's not terrible at all, right? That's not terrible in any way, shape, or form. And what I like is the fact that I have I had to build a process-based mindset, right? There were times where my P&L were negative. There were times where my P&L were in profit and then went down. You know, there were times where I was back to break even, and the only thing that kept me going was just the knowledge of, okay, you just have to take 20 trades. Forget about your P&L. Forget about the profit. Forget about any of those things. You just need to take 20 trades. And it can get overwhelming, or I can sit here and get overconfident and say, I've cracked it. No, I'm not talking. You can understand throughout this whole process. I've never for one day throughout this whole process, I have never for once said anything great about my strategy. In fact, I've tried my best to make you know that my strategy is mediocre. I'll put it that way. I'm not saying it doesn't work because obviously it has proven to us that it can work if you apply certain rules, right? You can see that I don't overtrade, I don't revenge trade. All these things are emotional reactions in the marketplace. You take a loss, you see another entry, you want to take that entry. I don't do any of those things, right? I'm trying to control my emotions as much as possible because I feel like the emotional side of trading or the psychological side of trading is the only advantage that I really have. I do not have a technical advantage as many people try to profess. A lot of traders try to profess that the reason for their success is their strategy, and then they try to sell their course to you. You learn the strategy, you trade the strategy, you still don't make any money. And that's the problem I had for a very long time. I used to believe in the strategies a lot, and I used to neglect the mental aspect of trading. Now I have neglected the technical aspect, not neglected. Like I said, I know many strategies. I know so many strategies to trade with. At this point, I am a strategy bank, right? I know many technical approaches to the market, but I basically found a new strategy and I said, okay, let me stick to this one. It's easy. I know the rules. I built rules around it. Trade once a day, no revenge trade, no over trading. Trade once, trade by this time. This is the risk to reward ratio I'm applying. As simple as that. That was all I did. And I said, repeat this 20 times and you would have positive outcome. I repeated it 20 times and I had positive outcome. That for me is a win. It is a win because I followed the process as I laid it down. All right. Yes, there's no withdrawal, there's no money to take home. But what I've achieved is a skill that I believe many traders do not have. In fact, I believe that at this point, I'm working on an aspect of trading that many traders neglect. 90% of traders neglect. Why would I say that? Because I neglected it for a long time. And if I neglected it for a long time and I was able to sell signals and sell courses, only God knows how many people are out there who are not even consistently profitable, who are selling courses to you and selling signals to you. And people are paying for these services. People cannot give you what they don't even have in the first place, right? People can't give you what they don't have. So if they're giving you strategies, then they're giving you strategies, right? And they say this strategy will make you this outcome, blah blah blah. A lot of these people could have gotten lucky, made money, become influencers, and that's all. They are losing, but they are making money off of their sales, their signals, and so on and so forth. Can they trade? Yes. Can they put on a trade? Yes. Can they take winning trades? Yes. Can they be in winning streaks? Yes. Can they still end up not being profitable? Yes. Mind blowing. It's mind blowing that someone can have a winning streak, can put on winning trades, and can still not be profitable. Why? Because if your emotions are not in check, one mistake can wipe out all the profits you've made. And many people still fall victim to that, right? Many people still fall victim to it because they approach trading from a gambling standpoint, flip this account, flip that account, flip this account. And let's say they're even good at doing it, right? If they are teaching you how to do that and you're new, let's say your emotions are not so up there. Your psychology is not up there. You don't even have the capital to play that kind of game. You don't have the level of influence that they have to be able to make sales, sell courses, sell broker services and all of that. You don't have the influence to do it. So you're broke. You're broke and you're trying to gamble and become rich. Why? They are rich and they're just gambling to entertain. So that's basically what most people do. So it's crazy. So, but let me just go back to the charts, right? On the charts right now, looking at gold price action, we swept sell side liquidity and now price is pulling back up. And you can see how price is pulling up. Price is pulling up aggressively, right? Now you can see that we have this internal range liquidity here, which price tapped into. We have a kind of fair value gap here, right? We have a bit of a fair value gap between this candle right here, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, price tapped into that, price moving up. We have this fair value gap as well. You can see price has closed the candle's body above the 50%. This line right here represents the 50% of this fair value gap, right? Price has closed above that. Retested it. We could see price maybe come for this buy side liquidity. Remember, we still have this breaker block, right? We still have this breaker block here. So even if price takes out these highs, right? Even if price takes out these highs, what is it doing? Buy stops. It's reaching for buy stops. We have fair value gap and a breaker block within this zone right here. So price could still reach for this equal lows down here, right? And if price offers buy side liquidity, that's a good indication that price wants to reach for sell side liquidity as well, right? So what is going to be below this low? Sell stops. What's going to be below this low? Sell stops. What's below here? Sell side liquidity. What's here? We have this. We still have the weekly fair value gap here. We still have a daily order block here, right? So that's one of the ways price could do it. That's one of the things price could do, and this is a higher time frame perspective, right? So on the higher time frame perspective, on the monthly, we are still bullish. We are still bullish on the monthly, right? Why do I expect price to reach for sell side liquidity? I expect price to reach for sell side liquidity to pick up more orders to then go long, right? Remember, if you're bullish on the monthly time frame, price is not just going to go in a straight line. Price is going to tease, price is going to dance, price is going to dance. All the short-term traders, even the banks too, even the banks, they have orders, orders. You cannot know where their orders are, right? And this is why ICT, my mentor, says the price, price is being booked with like an algorithm, right? And those algorithms are reaching for areas of liquidity and imbalance. So once you know where the areas of liquidity and the areas of imbalance are, you know, you could probably guess at this point, not even guess, you could probably make a prediction, right? And with more study and with more practice of price action, your accuracy will start to improve, right? So that's what I'm working on. I'm working on improving my accuracy in reading price action, right? I'm not reading price action so that I can take big moves. No, I just want to understand what is happening on the charts, right? I have a very mediocre strategy. Please, nobody should copy my strategy. You don't know anything about it. In as much as I'm sharing what I advise, the best advice I'll give anybody, go to ICT's page, go to his YouTube channel, right? The 2022 model, the 2022 mentorship, you can go through it. It's 40 videos. You can go through it. It'll take you maybe 3 months, 6 months. Go through it, learn. You find your own model, right? You can also go through more educational content on his, like you can find even just the Judas swing, breaker blocks, whatever it is. Go on Twitter, join their community, right? Follow any of the ICT students that have been trading for a very long time. They are also sharing free information. You can pick up any of their models. Find a model that works, back test it, do your own back testing, right? Whenever they say do your own research, right? That's what it means in trading now. You have to do your own back testing. Once you do your own back testing, then you have to. That's why when you watch, if you watch these videos, if anybody's watching these videos, I'm not giving you my model and say copy my model. I'm giving you a framework of how to learn, of how to implement your model, of how to use your model, you know, the processes you follow to get to where you want to get to. That's what I'm sharing, right? The processes that you should imbibe, the good habits, the good learning habits. I'm sharing how I am learning in order to make progress. So if you learn the way I am learning, right, then you can make progress too. That is the idea of what I'm doing. I'm teaching you how I am learning, or I'm sharing how I am learning, or how I am going about the learning process, right? And something, this whole thing I'm doing here, right, trying to call price before it moves to a certain level, right? I call this breaker block, I call the sweep of this equal lows, right? Now I'm seeing this fair value gap. I didn't call it beforehand, right? But at least I'm able to observe and say, okay, see where price came into. So if I'm able to do this for 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months, over time, with constant practice of more content, more material, I'm going to learn more concepts. I'm going to learn more. I'm going to see more. And my accuracy in reading price action is going to improve. Right? And that's how you should approach this thing, especially if this is what you want to do for a really, really long time. Me personally, I see this as a career path. So what's the point of rushing? Right? There's no point in rushing it. But those people that just want to make money from it and then move on, it's going to be really difficult for you to slow down, right? I want to be able to do this for a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, if possible, 4 decades. You know, that's the kind of longevity I'm looking at. So why am I rushing to? I'm not rushing anywhere. I'm not in a haste. So I'm not in a haste to make money. All right. So that's that. Let me go over the trade. I haven't even gone over the trade I took today. Talking. I'm just talking. Where was my entry? Let me take price back. So I'll just go through it real quick because I'm using the, let me move it forward by like, okay. So let me drop down to the 1 minute. I'm actually using the recorder on TradingView. So it has a 20-minute limit. So I need to get another platform so I can record longer videos. But I don't know if anybody's going to watch longer videos. So yeah, 230, 232 price printed this fair value gap. As you can see right here, this candle right here, right? You can see the fair value gap between these candles, right? You can see that price broke these highs. This was a breakout, boom, move, fair value gap. Price came back into that fair value gap. This was my entry. A 1 to 2, had my stops below the candle's body and had my targets for 1 to 2. And then boom, this was the next candle. Now, somebody can look at this candle and be like, damn, look at how this candle moved. I missed out on all these moves. I missed out on everything. Maybe I'll increase my RR a bit so that next time I don't care about it. Everything from this point, everything that happened from this point, I can't see it. I don't care about it. This 1 to 2, that's all I came for. That's all I came for. That's all I came for. So yeah, that was the last trade of this exercise. And the next exercise I'll be moving into is an FTMO 10K free trial. So I'm going to take a little break and then I'll see you guys when I resume. Peace.